Welcome back to this week's Van Vittles. I am just off Wilkerson Pass here, headed towards Fairplay. This is a common route I take on 24. Behind me, you'll see the SWAT range, and from here I got a lot of options. I can head into Summit, Park County, over to Chaffee, into Buena Vista. So this is one of my favorite highways in Colorado, especially coming out of the Springs. Now, for this week, I'm going to be making my bed. That's right, no Vittles this week. I'm going to be showing you guys what it's like living in my 27 square feet. So let's go ahead, get into the van, and see what's going on. Oh, and if you haven't been here before, my name is Michael Lynchite, and this is my channel, Van Vittles, where typically I bring you into the van and show you what I'm chefing up, but not this week. So let's go ahead and check out that 27 square feet. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, I kind of just want to talk about the design of my van, how all the amenities of the 21st century fit into the design of this van, and then ultimately why I chose this design. So first up, I'm just going to show you how I make my bed, what that looks like, and then we'll head into the closet, the kitchen, and how I've been cooking and filming these videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so here's what it looks like to go ahead and get my bed ready. I have a lot of storage underneath my L-bench here, and you'll see I got these sticks here, and these are what make up the bed. And here's a little extra pad, so let's get started. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of show you guys one of the reasons I decided to put my bed here, and it's one of my favorite reasons, is I come in here, kick the shoes off, and then boom, that's my view. And so, $1 million view, and this setup did not cost $1 million, so pretty cool aspect of van life. So let's go ahead and move into my closet and what all that looks like, my clothes, things like that. So it was really important to me that when I chose to go van life, that it would not affect my work professionally there in the Springs. And so as a developer, I need to show up, look good, feel good every day. And so this closet really helps me do that. It's a big chunk of space to take out, especially when you're only working with 12 by 6 feet, but it's definitely worth it. And when I don't need to have all this, nice dress clothes, I definitely will. This will be a great spot to put in, winter jackets and sweatshirts and hang those things. So that'll be just fine. Voila. So let's talk about where my fun clothing goes. And honestly, that's just about everywhere. So there is a designated area, and honestly, I cleaned up the van a little bit. So my recreational gear typically ends up right about in here. I'll show you that. And then I got these 4 drawers right here, which I'll show you. 2 for food and pots, pans, and then 2 for clothes. So let's check it out. This is kind of my socks, underwear, shorts, drawer, t-shirts. And then above that is where I typically put my more athletic gear, pajamas, iPad's always up here. So 2 drawers, nothing else to say. So when it comes time to winter and, I have just kind of a lot of extra clothing, where does that all play into this puzzle? That ends up all right here. So specifically I have like 2 drawers for that. Right here you can see it's just crammed full of, hard shells, good things like that. And then in here I got my rope, and then I have some other more, like my crampons, good stuff like that. My TP, And then this is probably the most important cubby of all, where I keep my robe. And, you know, after living van life for about 3 months, once my van was kind of done, I realized that life's just better in a robe. So get a robe, live in van life or not, get a robe, and try and live in it as much as you can. Life's just better. So that's my robe area, and I don't mess with that. So as I showed you, I kind of had 4 cubbies in the rows, and this is my toilet. If I'm being totally honest, I was not looking forward to the pooper situation going into van life. But after I'd say a week or so of using this here toilet, I was more than thrilled and excited about my pooping situation. So I actually have a heater right here. And so what's brilliant about this is come winter, it might be -10 out there, I'm here in the robe, I'm doing my thing, out with the old and with the new. It's really a glorified bucket. Okay, so I would love to keep filming in the robe, but it's just a little bit too hot outside to be doing that. So, you know, back in the tee, let's keep it going. So at this point, we're kind of moving on into the kitchen. Before we kind of keep moving in though, let's talk about power. Because, I mean, life without power is difficult, so let's see what's going on there. So let's go ahead and look at my power setup. It's kind of a shoe closet for me as well. I have nice 2 big batteries, and all my power is coming from solar. Living here in Colorado, I'm very fortunate to have solar every day. I have no problem charging up my bank and having everything run, whether it's my refrigerator, my heater, my air conditioner, lights, water pump, all that stuff, no problem off 300 watts of solar here in Colorado. In-house, everything runs off solar, period, and I love that. I think it's so cool. Before we get into the kitchen further, I kind of just want to tell you about what I have going on. So you saw my fridge, you've seen that plenty of time. I have running water, and the way that works is I have 3 6-gallon tanks of fresh water, and so I swap those out, and that allows me to just have 1 6-gallon gray water tank, and I dump that out as needed. I have a propane burner, and in the summertime, as you can imagine, I have a 20-pound tank, and that 20-pound tank will last me the whole summer, no problem. So 2-3 months on that, and I cook a lot, so that's really great and cheap. When I built this van, it was really important to me that I was gonna be able to cook good meals. That's a really important aspect of just good, healthy, day-to-day living. It's important to me to have a nice kitchen, to have a nice prep space, wash place. I know it's not a double sink, and a nice stove as well. So let's go ahead and get into the fridge first. Oh, and if we're gonna get into the fridge, all right, you know what time it is. It's time for this week's brew of the week, and that is from the Denver Brewing Company out there in, you guessed it, Denver. And this is the Princess Yum Yum. And I love this beer because, well, it's yummy. So absolutely delicious. And as you saw earlier where I had kind of the bed set up in my L bench, you can bet I'm gonna kick my feet up, watch the thunderstorm come in, and enjoy this. But for now, we need to get back in the van and finish up the rest of the tour. I've had to shut the van doors. Whoops. The rain has finally rolled through, so I apologize for the quality of the video at this point. The lighting makes things a little bit difficult. But really, there's only one thing left to show you guys, and that is the back right corner of the van. And that honestly just leaves me with places to put my backpack, and when I'm lazy, storage to just throw stuff inside of just rubber totes. So truthfully, the back of the van is one of my favorite places of the van because it's where I keep my skis, and I love skiing, so just but anyway, so let's go ahead and check that out. What you'll see here, okay, first and foremost, is me trying to create some lighting. I don't know. I mean, we're working on it, okay? Trying to get that content level up. But what you got here is I pretty much keep my backpacks in this corner. So I've got my normal backpack, and then I also have some running vests as well. In here, this is where I keep kind of random bits. I got my shower there, and my pasta maker does live in there. Down below, you'll see my air conditioner. These are my work backpacks. And then in here I have, you never know, it changes on a weekly basis. The only thing consistent is my bottle of tequila. But other than that, you never know what's in there. I do always keep my external monitor for when I'm working in the van. I'd say you've seen it all, folks. That is all she wrote. Before I leave you guys this week, I just kind of wanted to talk about why I ultimately chose this design. And it's pretty simple for me. And that is, I have these different spaces of living rather than just this crammed one spot in the van. And so I have my kitchen, I have my walkway, I have my closet and dressing area, I have my living quarters. And so with that, it makes me feel as though I'm not in this cramped space and not congested. The next time I build a van, it'll probably be a very similar design. I will just be more cognizant of what I build and how it might be more multi-purposed. If you like this kind of content, you gotta let me know. Comment down below if you'd like to see more of this kind of thing about van life, and I'll be sure to do so. But for next week, I'll be chefing it up again, and who knows what I'll be making. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.